even more difficult to get on top of than the other ones before.
Wind seemed to have picked up.
Bottas being told the wind seems to have picked up. So it's only the Mercedes that have gone out on the mediums. Verstappen has gone out on the soft tyre, as has Perez, Sainz, Norris, Leclerc, Gasly, Ocon. Vettel's still in the pits, but he'll surely go out imminently. The wind is now up to 22 kilometers an hour. It was 18 a little bit earlier on. Here comes Verstappen then. He's going to be the first driver across the line with 2 minutes to go. Is he doing an out push this time? Red Bull have been pretty solid in just doing...
Verstappen hasn't set a lap time yet. Don't do him any favours.
And Verstappen looked like he was attacking turn one. They have got a long time to go. He's got margin to do a prep lap here.
But is it margin in case he goes off the track?
Verstappen hasn't set a lap time yet. Don't do him any favours.
Norris being told don't do Verstappen any favours. Verstappen is a tenth away from Bottas in sector one.
It's a prep for Verstappen.
Yeah.
It's not. He's not improved, but he's a tenth down on Hamilton. He's just a couple of tenths down on what he did before through the first sector. He's now improving through the middle. Norris does him a favour and gets out of the way. He's just not super quick on this lap, Verstappen, compared to what he had done before, which would be provisional pole. He's 3.5 tenths down on Bottas. It's not a prep, but it's not quick.
Here he comes then into turn 14 and really struggling here, Verstappen. This is going to be, and he's going to get very caught out behind Vettel, from behind Bottas. Was Vettel coming through the final corner, so Vettel is going to get pretty compromised, but then he'll get a bit of a slipstream. Verstappen comes across the line. He only goes third quickest, 0.4 of a second away from the Mercedes. There's sort of half-hearted applause in the Red Bull garage, but that's nothing for Verstappen. That's an absolute nothing lap.
What can Perez do? Perez doesn't improve. Perez's through doesn't improve, stays fourth, so it's all about the Mercedes for pole position here suddenly, on the medium tyres.
And can the Ferrari get on the second row? Carlos Sainz coming through the final corner in the Scarlet car, cuts the timing beam now as the checkered flag falls. He can't. He remains in fifth place. Esteban Ocon in the Alpine comes out and across the line. He goes up into sixth position, so it's only Vettel. Neither Mercedes are improving either. We've got the most anticlimactic end to a qualifying session in a long time. We need some kind of sprint race to reverse to do qualifying. This is boring. Here comes Hamilton. He's half a second down after the first two sectors. Out of the final turn. And Bottas has already crossed the line to go 2 tenths slower. Hamilton 3 tenths slower. It's pole position for Valtteri Bottas. The Finn takes an entirely underwhelming pole position. Very good job from him on the first lap on the soft tyres. But it's Bottas on pole. Hamilton second, Verstappen third, Perez fourth, Sainz fifth, Ocon sixth, Norris, Leclerc, Gasly and Vettel, the top 10.
Track limits. They've decided pole position here.
So was Verstappen's first lap quicker?
It was quicker. He did the time on the first run, 1.5 tenths quicker than Bottas. The track, obviously, with the wind getting up, just suddenly got a lot slower. And Verstappen didn't have any lap time on the board. Could have been pole. Coulda, shoulda.
Well, he pulls up in third position, and it was such a tiny. And it was also a, it was a mistake. It wasn't a sort of, he was sort of out of shape, and it wasn't like a fun running wide, gaining an advantage sort of mistake. So, Verstappen and Red Bull had the pace. They had the lap time almost for pole position, but now Verstappen's going to be starting third, behind both of the Mercedes.
Yeah.
Hard work, mate.
I told you it will pay off. Yes. That's good. Thank you.
To whom it may concern. No, not this time.
That man is on pole position from nowhere. He topped FP1, then we were talking the Verstappen-Hamilton fight as they topped FP2 and 3. Hamilton's looked like he's had Bottas covered off all day long in qualifying.
Hard work, mate.
I told you it will pay off. Yes. That's good. Thank you.
Well, why? So I understand sort of the general concept. As Bottas takes his 17th pole, Hamilton's still stuck on 99. I understand the general concept of Mercedes going out on the mediums and then that doesn't work out, but why Verstappen couldn't get near his original lap time? Half a second.
But the conditions obviously deteriorated.